Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Friday follow-up and our continuing journey of accountability. I had a couple of ideas for this morning, and I chose to change up a little bit today because last night we had our meeting. The question comes up, and this question comes up quite a few times, and I've been hit with this for over the years, and I've struggled with the proper answer to the question. And the question is, why does it cost so much to eat healthy? And when you think about it, it shouldn't be, but apparently you can go to McDonald's at the $1 menu and get a cheeseburger for $1, but a salad's probably going to cost you $5-6. Now, we can get into the weeds and talk about how different calories are in the salad versus the cheeseburger. And let's face it, one cheeseburger is not going to hurt you. But it's what follows after that if you keep on going with all the cheeseburgers. But it is. If you go through the produce section, it tends to be a little more expensive than the other maybe quick fix products or frozen products that are available. And it's a struggle. And there's really no right answer. I mean, it kind of goes on what we put a value on. What are we willing to spend our money and what benefits we'll get for it? So I like to share my screen this morning, and I put a little PowerPoint together, and I'm trying to do this to get better at sharing my screen and doing PowerPoints because I'm prepping to do my presentation for IRD, which, by the way, you can still register anytime by going to the top store. So let me share my screen here, and I put a dummy slide just to make sure I could get where I wanted to go. Okay, and I'll make myself a little bit larger here. All right, we're ready to go. Let's do a cost-benefit analysis. So if we were to skip one unhealthy snack a month, just one, we could save on the average of $2. Now, these are just average numbers. Don't, say, well, it's $1 or $3. You'll get the idea as we go through this analysis. So by skipping one unhealthy snack a month, you could save $2. If you skip one latte, that's probably about $4 a month. I don't do latte, I just do regular coffee. Getting rid of one prescription, you could be saving $15 copay a month. And again, that's just an average. Some have 10, some have 20. Go $15 a month copay. If you work on your journey to a healthy lifestyle, the possibility, I'm one of them. I got rid of several prescriptions once I lost my weight. So there's a potential savings per month. When you go to a restaurant, if you go once a month, let's just say, and you order an appetizer versus an entree, you could save $14 a trip. Some of these appetizers in the restaurants are, in my mind, just exactly the right portion for a meal. And they're half the price, roughly, as an entree. So again, $14 there. That would total $35 a month savings. That's quite a bit of savings, and it's just, a little bit of work on giving up a couple of things. But when we go for a healthy life, it's priceless. You cannot put a price on a healthy life of what different benefits that you would get from being healthy, being able to run around with your grandkids or your own children. Keeping up with them, which is I'm finding rough as I get older, and they don't seem to be getting older. But you can see just by doing this brief analysis on where you can put your money and get more bang for the buck, so to speak, because of what you choose And it is a choice on what you choose to spend your money on. And you can come up with different things. I'll come back to my regular. I noticed that once after I lost 100 pounds, that I could go buy a pair of dress slacks that were less expensive. And I said, what's going on? Well, I started looking, and the size that I was buying was always a couple dollars more than what we call the average size for most people. It's those little things that I don't think we realize what we're saving as we journey on to a healthy life. So I challenge you on what you can come up with that you spend your money on. That does it really help you out? If you want to do it, you can do it. Nobody should judge you on what you spend your money on or how you spend your money on. Some folks who know me well, I play scratch tickets. I like doing that, but yet I don't smoke or drink, so I save money there. I would pay $2 for a Diet Coke, but I would not pay $1 for at a bar on a special for a beer. I don't put the value on the beer, even though it's cheaper. It's kind of a weird look at things, but people tend to get caught up on what things cost without really looking at what they get out of it. So I've always been frugal with my money. I want to get, again, like I said a moment ago, a lot of bang for the buck. And I have found that by being healthy, even though it might cost a little bit more to eat healthy, I am saving more in the long run. And that's all we're here for. We're just looking for the long run, little bits and pieces here and there that will help us on our way. So when you're at the grocery store and you say, head of lettuce seems to be a little pricey, but that little quick frozen meal is cheaper. Is it really? Is it really cheaper? Just want to get you folks thinking about that, doing a cost benefit analysis on how you are journeying to a healthier lifestyle. So talking about that and how we're on our journey, last night was our third official meeting since the pandemic. It feels really, really great to be among other TOPS members, sharing our situations and supporting each other. And as I mentioned before, we joined a new chapter. Our chapter merged with another chapter, and we couldn't join their contest that they were in because they had started it. But get this, talk about how things work amongst folks and stuff. Well, the idea was they had started this contest just around COVID time, and then they couldn't meet for a while. And then when they started meeting again, they picked up the contest right where they left. And everybody who participated in that contest, now remember, this started a while back ago, and it just wrapped up this week, lost weight. And I'm thinking, wow, that is pretty good, because it was a rough times. And they put value on that contest. That contest kept them going. So that was a pretty neat. And I look forward to the next contest when they do it, because I think I will try that one and see how it goes. So I did face the scales last night after a 3-day holiday weekend. I planned ahead, like I said I was going to do. Did a little bit of extra walking, and I had a 1-pound loss. So again, that was a real good feeling. Again, putting value on what I chose to do and where to spend my money on. and made the right choices. Because in the long run, that pound that's gone and the others that I hope will soon follow will just make me healthier. And then again, the long run will be a much better person for it. So that brings my total so far this year to 32 pounds. I know June 18th is right around the corner, and that was one of the dates that I had planned to hopefully get my COP status back. But it doesn't look like I'll hit it on June 18th. But I promise you on June 18th, part of the presentation that I do on Friday mornings is we'll do a look back on where we're at, where maybe I could have done a few things different, or maybe not. Remember, that was just an arbitrary date based on an average, but on June 18th, we can readjust the schedule and go forward from that. So I'm anxious to do that presentation for you. So I hope you had a good week. I wish you a good week coming up. And again, I want to remind you that there's still time to register for IRD. It's going to be different. It's going to be virtual, as we've been saying all along. We're still putting the pieces together. The committee is working real hard trying to get everybody who wants to be recognized in that program. We're going to learn a lot from it, just like anything else we do in TOPS. So again, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'll be working on my presentation. So that's why I'm kind of sharing my screen, practicing on these Friday morning talks with all you, well, because I know you'll give me feedback and let me know how things are going. So have a good week. Let's place value on today. Have a good day.